What's going on, Geek fam? GeekSpot82 here. It's coming to the end of June. I thought I'd go ahead and do my June wrap-up video for all the comics I've picked up in the last half of the month here. It's been a pretty good month. Coronavirus is starting to come to a close here in New York. We're opening things back up. Unfortunately, it seems like it's picking back up in other parts of the country, so we'll see what happens with that. But I hope you're all doing well. I'm excited to open some comics and show you guys what I got. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me which comic you liked. I think I'm going to be looking at maybe doing a giveaway soon. I'll probably do it through my Instagram channel, so if you're not following me there, it's at GeekSpot82 on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there. And we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it works out well. But let's kick it off. I've got my mystery mail call from our guy Comic Tom. Let's open up this bad boy and see what we got. Alright, so our spoiler card, and this month it is a Mr. Freeze print by Matthew Sutton at Sketchbooks on Instagram. That's super nice. Looks like we've got a teaser print for the return of Wolverine. And this gorgeous print by Artist Piper, signed and numbered. Great colors on that. Great job, Artist Piper. Alright, so time for some comic books. We've got True Believers Deadpool the Musical #1. That's pretty cool. We've got Mighty Thor 13. This is the Jason Aaron run where Jane Foster is Thor. It's a good cover too. Ooh, a little Bronze Age goodie. Supergirl #8. Oh, look at that. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 151. So, the first of the exclusives, let me check my spoiler card again. So, this is the 1 in 675 It Eats What Feeds It print, or book, I should say. And the cover for this one was done by Ben Templesmith. So this is 1 in 675. And then we've got the Peach Momoko Headless #1 variant exclusive. This was 1 in 1600, so it's a good looking book as well. So, I don't know if any of you know or follow me on Instagram. I begged and pleaded with Tom to get me a copy of the Everglade Angels. That was the exclusive cover I was really wanting this month. I'm going to show you here. So, I'm now on the hunt for a copy of one of those two versions, if not both. But I'm not mad at you, Comic Tom. I know you have to keep it fair, and you can't just give people what they want. You gotta let them earn it. So, no hard feelings, buddy. I look forward to the next month's box. I truly enjoyed that box. I was super stoked to get those Bronze Age goodies. That Superman pal Jimmy Olsen is fantastic. So, I'm actually really excited about it. So, if you're not subscribed to that mystery mail call, I suggest it. It's fun. You're guaranteed so far to get an exclusive cover, and I've been doing it the whole year, so I'm 6 months in, I think, and I've yet to be disappointed by my box. I can't say the same for every comic box that I've tried, and I've tried quite a few. Boxed Heroes, I didn't get their box yet in time to make this video, so it's going to have to make it to the next video, but I am excited to see what they have to offer for month 2 with my subscription with them. But I did pick up some other cool stuff this month. So And I did have another mystery box come in, and I'll tell you about that one here in a bit. But so here's the stuff I picked up. I went out and searched for. I got the Batwing number 19. So this was the death of the first Batwing, and the changing of the mantle, so to speak, where the new Batwing takes over. So I was happy to get a copy of that. We got Dino Mutt number 1, which is also the first appearance of the Blue Falcon. It's a good looking book. Our family loves Scooby-Doo. I have already watched Scoob more times than I would like to admit, on video at least. But we love us some Scooby-Doo in this household, in the Geek Spot household. So thanks to my boy Fred Flintstone on Instagram, I'm addicted to Man-Thing covers now. So I picked up this Marvel Team-Up 122 with Man-Thing and Spider-Man. He's just engulfing Spider-Man into his being. It's a great cover. I was really excited about this pickup. This is Star Slayer number 2, and some of you have probably never even heard of this book, and I wouldn't blame you for not. But this is actually the first appearance of the Rocketeer. Yes, the Rocketeer. Disney's Rocketeer. It's a short story in the back of this book, and on the back of the book itself, it's got the full page spread showing the Rocketeer in all his glory. So, not an expensive book. If you love those type of old school characters, definitely one to look into picking up. And if you're a fan of the Rocketeer, Star Slayer number 2. So I bought my Grail, Invincible number 1. I think I talked about it last video. It wasn't one that I owned, and after the video I said, why not? Why don't I own it? Let's make sure that doesn't become a problem in the future and it gets to a point where I can't afford to own one. And the seller was great. He even threw in a Uncanny X-Men 184. So thank you so much for that. That was great of you. I did give him good reviews on the site I bought it from. And then lastly, last time we had a video, I talked about my appreciation for Jack of Hearts, and I wanted you guys to see The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu number 22, which was the first appearance of Jack of Hearts. So, full magazine size book. Super happy to add that to the collection. And Jack of Hearts he's a tragic character, but it's a fun character to read. His power set is unlike a lot of the Marvel Universe, but he's had stories with Fantastic Four, with the Silver Surfer. Great storyline. If you haven't read the 4-part miniseries, I highly suggest it. Let me know what you think. So, I've shouted out my buddy Fred Flintstone a few times, and he had sent me a kind of a thank you gift box with some great books in it, and I wanted to make sure I showed my appreciation to him. If you want to see some of his collection, you can follow him at Fred Flintstone on Instagram. So check him out on Instagram, and let me show you what he got for me here. So I've got Kitty Pryde and Wolverine number 4. It's a very classic 80s Wolverine cover. I can dig it. And then he threw me for a loop. I'd never even heard of Airboy, which is probably sad, but with Enter the Heap, right? So fun fact, the Heap predates Man-Thing and Swamp Thing. He is the first of the swamp creatures to ever come into existence. And Airboy and the Heap date all the way back to the Second World War, 1944, 1945, in Air Fighter Comics number 2 and number 3. So I'm intrigued. I'm going to try and pick up a couple more Airboy books, but what a great cover on this one. If you're a fan of Swamp Thing or Man-Thing, check out Airboy. So he threw in some Aquaman, which is kind of an inside joke, I think. We had a mutual friend that was into Aquaman. I have appreciation for Aquaman, and there's been some great Aquaman covers come out as of late from Tyler Kirkham that I've really enjoyed. So I appreciate you throwing these in, Fred. These are great. Superman's Secret Identity, 1 of 4. And then finally, we had talked about when the Fantastic Four got re-released, my better half, Mrs. Geekspot, if you will, really wanted the Skottie Young variants for them, but I really wanted the Art Germ variants. So since she doesn't collect comic books, at least not to the capacity that I do, we got the Art Germ variants, and she's never let me forget it. But Fred hooked me up because he did buy the Skottie Young variants and sent me the complete set, all 4 members of the Fantastic Four, done by Skottie Young, thus making Happy Wife, Happy Life come to fruition with my collection and this book in particular. So thank you so much, Fred. That is a great gift, man. I can't put into words how much I appreciate that, the thoughtfulness. He had also thrown in a Thanos Pez dispenser that my kids quickly acquired and took full advantage of. And he threw in a pewter Veronica or Hulkbuster little figure. I think it's up on my shelf somewhere. I don't know if it's in frame or not, but it's up on the shelf, Fred. I promise. That one's up there with the rest of my pewter figures. And then just 2 more books I wanted to talk about specifically. We picked up this copy of Miles Morales Spider-Man with an awesome Rhino cover appearance. Miles Morales is hot right now, so I didn't buy it for that reason. I bought it because the big stompy Rhino on the front. I like big overbearing creatures, and I'm a covers person, so a great cover will grab my attention every time. Even if I don't read the book, point in case, Wonder Woman 755, that is just an iconic cover. Great artwork, great pose, great power for Wonder Woman there. I think that was a fantastic job on that cover. So that's it. There was more books, but well, I'll show you guys. There was more books, but not all of them were quite worth talking about. Oh my gosh. So this is literally the rest of the pile I acquired this month. A lot of it was old Image stuff with the flashy covers. My guy at Rhino Comics, Chet, had a sidewalk sale, and I was able to pick up a lot of these books for next to nothing. Some Super Patriot. How about some Cyberforce? So I did pick up some other stuff. Oh, this is fun. He had the entire set for Final Crisis. 1 through 7. 1 through 5 all had cover A. But number 6 and number 7 had the, I think it was a Grant Morrison cover of Batman and Superman, so I was super happy to see those. I think the number 7 book's a first appearance book too. I don't remember the character, but always good to add another first appearance. And then I had picked up the Reign of Superman run from DC, mostly because you guys know I love me some Cyborg Superman, and there's a great chromium cover in that set with Cyborg Superman. There's also, oh yeah, that one's kind of iconic. Cyborg Superman blowing a hole through the Eradicator. And I love this one. It's a great cover altogether. And then of course Cyborg choking out Doomsday. And then I had my my weekly pickups. Some of it was mixed in, but Dark Knights #1, A Man Among Ye #1. And then I picked up some Werewolf Cap. That was a fun time. And lastly, I picked up the Batman 614 Punchline Joker cover. Joker on a cover of a Batman book's always good, so I wanted to make sure I picked it up. But that was truly it. That was everything. It was a good month for comics. July is Geek Spot's birthday, so we'll see what goodies come. Lady Geek Spot had her birthday this month in June, so we had a good time. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know which books you liked, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.